I know we've been talking about downsizing to a Class B or a trailer, and we've decided to pull the trigger, go ahead and do that. The first thing we want to do, however, is get this RV sold, and we haven't decided yet on a new coach.
No. So we don't have a next RV to move into.
Yeah.
We don't know if it's going to be a B, B plus, C minus,
C
C.
minus. Right now, we're really leaning towards a solid B, or one of the B pluses that are kind of like the leisure travel vans that are a bit bigger. They offer more room. Plus, they're on the Mercedes chassis, so that they have better towing.
We got to move out of this thing first,
We do.
though.
Tomorrow, we are going to drive back to my mother's house, street camp for a few more days, and start moving everything out.
And in the meantime, we have to figure out what stuff we need to keep, want to keep, figure out a place to put that. I guess we'll move it into Joe's mom's house in the meantime. It really depends on how quickly this sells. But I'm having so much fun downsizing.
She's having too much fun.
I've been getting rid of so much more stuff. And the best part is I pull open a drawer and it's full of socks, all of Joe's stuff. And ever since we started full-time RVing, Joe thought that drawer was mine. I knew the drawer was his, so I never opened it. And lo and behold, he's been looking for these ankle socks for the last year, and he thought he threw them out, but they were in the drawer.
I think it emphasizes the point that there is a lot of room in this thing that we don't need. And everyone has been asking us, why downsize to a Class B? People keep telling us we're not going to like the wet bath, that it's going to be too small for us, that Leo's not going to have enough room. So we wanted to reiterate why we're looking to downsize, especially into a Class B van. I think first and foremost on both of our lists is just the ability to go places and do things that we can't do in this big RV. Now sure, we can take this RV, we can park it at an RV camp, and then use the Jeep to drive into town and to go places. But there are a lot of really out of the way places and things we've seen that we just couldn't fit this RV into. Especially things like Harvest Host, BLM Land. Some of those places are really tight to get in and out of, and not something you'd want to take a big Class A to.
For us, it's really about the lifestyle, and we lead a very, I would say, minimalist lifestyle.
Yeah.
We don't need much. For the most part, I would say half of the cupboards in this RV are empty.
Well, I wouldn't say they're empty, but they're definitely like half full or that. And there are a lot of things that since we started living out of this RV, we just haven't used in the last year. We started going through the drawers the other day, and we're like, haven't touched this stuff. There are actually drawers like the one she mentioned that haven't been opened at all. So there's a lot of stuff we can get rid of. A lot of you have mentioned that the camper vans have a very small carrying capacity, which we are well aware of. But I think most of them we're going to be able to bring at least 500-600 pounds worth of stuff. And we went through the other day, we started putting all of our stuff like clothes, the toiletries, the kitchen stuff in plastic bags. And I was standing on the scale, we were weighing everything. And I think with all of our clothes, all of our kitchen stuff, all of our toiletries,
Work gear,
camera gear, and a few other odds and ends, plus Leo's 40-pound bags of food, we were just over 250 pounds for all of that stuff.
Yeah, I would say it's safe to say we'll come in about 300 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Because I like to overestimate when it comes to stuff like that.
Yeah, and there was a lot of stuff we put in there that we're not going to take with us. But we still have, that's 50% of our capacity. There's still a few things in the bay, but we don't really need much more to live out of a van. We think a lot of the benefits of having something smaller, more nimble, are going to outweigh the benefits of having a larger Class A with more space. Now to address another thing that a lot of people have brought up, which is
I think this is the most important thing to address.
So everyone is concerned about, is Leo going to like it? Is he going to have enough space? Well, the thing you guys don't see with Leo, and a few of you who have visited us in the RV have seen this firsthand, Leo likes to find the smallest, tightest places in the RV to sleep during the day. I mean, he's really not running around in the RV. We take him out for walks all day long. Most of the time when we go places, we take him with us. Otherwise, he curls up under the driver's seat of this RV, or There is a tiny spot in the bedroom between the bed and the wall, and it's literally about this wide. Somehow he's able to walk in there, turn around, and plop down, fall asleep. So I think the smaller we go and the more nooks and crannies those vans have, Leo is going to absolutely love it.
And for those of you who follow our adventures, you know Leo loves to hang out outside. Whenever we're camped somewhere, we usually leash him up outside, and that's where he is happiest. So I don't think having a smaller inside space will really affect him in a negative way. When we initially came up with the idea to downsize, we had talked about driving separately. Joe could drive the camper van one day, and I could drive the Jeep, and we could have our own space and time to think. We decided that was a bad idea. We don't want to do it. So if we move into a camper van, we're going to put the Jeep in storage or sell it. We haven't decided what we're going to do with it yet. But that's also because we haven't decided which route we're going. So once we figure out our next RV, we'll know better what we're going to do with the Jeep. But we do know that we're not going to drive separately. That's not something we want to do.
We've decided that if we go down to a Class B van, we are going to try to take all of the stuff we want to bring with us and fit it into the van. We are going to weigh the van before, we are going to weigh it after, make sure we're not overloaded. But we really want to utilize the space in the van and not have anything else with us. We're also considering whether or not to get a trailer. Now, a trailer would have a lot of benefits for us. We could bring more stuff. If we wanted a motorcycle or extra bikes, stuff like that, we could put it in the trailer, just bring it along. But then there are some big downsides. So anytime we get into a new city or that, we have to find a place to leave the trailer. And if we have our possessions in there, how safe is that going to be?
Well, and that really defeats the point of having a camper van.
Yep.
Which is you can just
go anywhere.
Get up and go. So if we tow a vehicle or bring a trailer, that's really going to take that part away.
Yeah. And, you know, the other thing we were considering is if we go and camp on BLM land, if we have this awesome spot, as soon as we go into town, we might lose that spot. So we're trying to figure out ways that we could, you know, essentially claim the spot, either put out camping chairs or buy an old crappy tent, set that up so it looks like people are camped there. Just some way for us to be able to have a location and be able to come back to that every day. Because the last thing you want is to be out all day, come back at night, and the whole area has filled up and now you don't have a place to park or sleep for the night.
But the nice thing about being in a camper van is we can go further down some of these roads and camp at a smaller spot that you can't get into in an RV.
Yep, exactly.
So that's a quick update on what's going on with us after the Pomona show. We really have a lot to think about. But first and foremost, we've got to get the RV sold. And I think that's really our number one priority. And it really gets us motivated. We are committed to downsizing. If we don't list this thing, we might get too comfortable and go another year. So we're selling it.
And don't get us wrong. It's not that we dislike our current motorhome. We love it. It's just that we want something smaller. We don't need as much stuff with us. And hopefully we have some cool news in the next month or so.
Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.
Bye.